All right, we're back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave, as usual. Hope everyone's doing well today. Got my Bacon Brothers t-shirt on today. That was not the Song of the Day, but that could qualify for Wednesdays, because if you ever get a chance to see Kevin Bacon and his brother play in a band, in their band, go check them out. They're really good. But yeah, as I mentioned, today is Wednesday, and we all know what that means. Wednesdays are the day that I try to play an artist or a song that you haven't heard before, and your end of the deal is to go ahead and listen and let me know what you think. Today is May 20th, partial reopening of the states across the country, I think. Although, as I mentioned yesterday, I have to delay those haircuts. We're going to go, as I mentioned, when I thought of this idea, I sat down and I made a list, and I immediately came up with easily a year's worth of Wednesdays, either artists or songs to come up and play on Wednesdays. So I usually get like a little, I don't know, I look at that page and it's like, which one? So I had like 3 different choices for today that I mulled over, and I'll get to them all. As long as you guys stick with me, then you'll get to hear them. So I decided that today I will do something that's a little more current, since the majority of my music will be stuff that's a little bit older. For those of you that know me, new music, it's tough to sell me on new music. It's not very often that a new song or a new artist comes along that I like. I'm usually a pretty big skeptic of when someone says, "Mark, check this out." Of course, there's plenty of bands and songs over the last 10, 15 years that we've come to love and enjoy, but it's just few and far between as far as new music is concerned. So the story goes like this. A year and a half ago, I went to see Metallica in Albany, New York, with my good friend Paul. And we drove down and back in the same night, which for us old people, that was a bit of a challenge, but it was fine. So anyway, on the way back, he says, "Mark, I got this guy I want to play for you. You got to check this out." So of course I was like, "Oh, I don't, okay, fine." So he played this record, and it was good. It didn't jump out at me at first, but I thought, "Oh, it's pretty good." But I didn't think anything of it, and I kind of let it slide for a while. I don't even think I went and revisited it until maybe within a month. My brother-in-law Steven randomly texted me with a link and said, "Hey, have you ever heard this guy?" And it's the same guy. So I was like, "Oh, I should check that out again." And sure enough, started listening to it. And it's one of those things where it's very unassuming at first. You have to play it several times. And basically I started playing it a lot in the house, and everyone loves it. Sarah, the girls, they know the words. Everyone, that's the story over at Paul's house. Same thing with his kids. He plays it like crazy. So it's one of those things where you just need to give it a listen, but then I pretty much guarantee you, if you play at least the first 4 songs on this album are stellar. If you play these first 4 songs in the morning, especially if you're in a car on your way to work or just around the house, by the end of a week, you will be singing along to these songs and you will be loving these songs. They're great. So anyway, who is this guy? His name is Gerry Cinnamon. He's from Scotland. That's not his given name, but that's his name now. And his story is a great story. He's kind of a wayward teen musician, dabbles in various how should we say this, recreational activities, and it just basically starts singing in bars and singing, and he kind of gets a following, but like nothing major. He just kind of is playing. He doesn't have a record label, doesn't have a deal, nothing. But things start to pick up when he plays slightly bigger bars, and people start taking notice, and he just gets a cult following in Scotland. And he's only been around since like 2014 or something like that, I think. And it just keeps building and building, and he basically starts selling out more and more smaller venues. At one point, he announced on his Facebook page that he was going to play a 1,300 capacity place, and it sold out within minutes, just from his Facebook page. And that kept going on and on. He's still no record deal. He would put out singles here and there. But every time he did a show over the years, they would sell out within minutes. He had this huge following. Got to the point where he was selling out shows in places that had never been sold out by people without recording contracts before, and even to this day, he plays festivals and things like that, and he keeps getting bumped up in the time slots, and all of his shows sell out within seconds. That's the biggest complaint in Scotland and in the UK and in Ireland. So that's where my friend heard him. He was in Dublin or Ireland, and in a bar somewhere, and everyone was singing all the words to the song of this guy, and they were telling him that he was huge. So he does have an album that he finally released in 2017, and that is called Erratic Cinematic, and that's the one that you want to listen to. He just put out a new one that's a lot of his older material, but he just put out a brand new one this spring, and I started listening to that. But you have to listen to this other one. That's your goal. These are great songs. You listen to the lyrics, you listen to him sing, you listen to his guitar and the drum beats, everything. I mean, he tells these great stories, and it's going to be hard for me to pick which one to play. I'll probably post these 4 songs on there. So he didn't hit it big in the United States. We were waiting for a tour, and finally we get a notice that he's touring as part of this package with the Dropkick Murphys and Rancid, and we're trying to figure out how he fits in with that tour, because his music is nothing like that, and we're like, does he know who these bands are? But anyway, it turns out he was going to do just a couple of solo shows, and one of them was in Boston, and we got tickets. It was going to be like a capacity of 50 people, because no one knows who he is, and it was general admission, $50, 18 and older, and we got tickets for the end of April, and you can imagine what happened. We didn't get to see him, so that's a real bummer. We were pretty excited about that. So I don't know if he's going to catch on in the United States, but I hope he comes back. So I'm telling you, it'll be worth it. Listen to these, especially these 4 songs. The whole album's good, but these 4 songs are great. The songs are Sometimes, Lullaby, What Have You Done, and Belter. Those are the 4 songs you need to listen to multiple times this week, and I bet you will start putting those songs on heavy rotation. As far as Song of the Day, we're going with Sometimes, the first lead track off that album. These are great songs. Love this. I can't wait to play this in my car this morning. That's your Wednesday Song of the Day. Again, it's going to be Songs of the Day because we'll put some more under there. I hope somebody listens to it, and I really want you to kind of give it a shot, give it a listen, play it a few times, comment on it today. Let me know by the weekend what you think. If you're playing it a lot, I want to know. If you don't care for it, tell me anyway. It's fine. It's Song of the Day. I'll be back tomorrow. So, give it a listen. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you on the flip side.